Welcome back, everyone. I'm so happy you're here today. Whether you're watching this for the first time or you've been studying with us for a while, this lesson is for you. Today, we are going to learn 30 intermediate English words that will truly take your English to the next level. These are not basic beginner words, like cat or table, and they're not super difficult either. These are the words that real English speakers use every single day. The words that will help you sound more natural, more confident, and more fluent. Now, here's how this lesson works. For each word, I'm going to do a few things. First, I'll say the word clearly so you can hear the pronunciation. Then, I'll give you the definition, what it means. Then, I'll use it in several example sentences. And then you'll hear it used in a short dialogue, a real conversation between two people. That's how you really learn vocabulary, not just knowing what a word means, but hearing it used in context, okay? So grab something to write with. Get comfortable. Let's dive in. Our first word today is hesitate. Say it with me. Hesitate. Hesitate. Hesitate is a verb. It means to pause before doing or saying something, usually because you are nervous, unsure, or thinking carefully. When you hesitate, you stop for a moment. You don't act right away. Here are some example sentences. She hesitated before answering the question. Don't hesitate to call me if you need help. He hesitated at the door, wondering if he should knock. Why did you hesitate? Just say what you're thinking. Now let's hear it in a dialogue. Two coworkers are talking before a meeting.
Jake, do you have the report ready?
I think so. I just need to check a few more numbers.
You hesitated just now. Is something wrong?
Not really. I'm just not 100% sure about one of the charts.
Jake, don't hesitate to tell me if you need more time. It's better to get it right.
You're right. I was afraid to say something.
Never hesitate to speak up. That's what the team is here for.
Did you catch it? Hesitate means to stop or pause, often because you're unsure. Don't hesitate to call me. This is a very common phrase in English. It means, please feel free to call me. It's a polite, friendly expression. Word number 2, dedicate. D-D-I-cate, dedicate. Dedicate is a verb. It means to give a lot of time, energy, or effort to something. When you dedicate yourself to something, you are committed to it. You work hard at it. You make it a priority. Example sentences. She dedicated years of her life to learning the piano. He dedicates every morning to reading and exercise. They dedicated the new library to the memory of a beloved teacher. If you want to succeed, you have to be dedicated. Now let's listen to a short dialogue. Two friends are talking about their goals. You've been studying English every day for 6 months. That's amazing.
Yeah, I really want to get better. I've dedicated at least 1 hour a day to it.
1 hour every single day? That takes a lot of discipline.
It does, but I've dedicated myself to this goal. I want to get a job that requires English, so I have no choice.
That's really inspiring. I want to be more dedicated like you.
You can do it. Just pick one thing and dedicate your energy to it. Even 30 minutes a day makes a difference.
Dedicate. To give your time and effort to something important. You could also use the adjective form, dedicated. She's a dedicated student. That means she works very hard and is committed. That's a great compliment in English. Word number 3, anxious. 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 Anxious is an adjective. It means feeling worried, nervous, or uneasy about something that might happen. When you feel anxious, your mind is full of what-if questions. What if something goes wrong? What if I make a mistake? Be careful. Anxious can also sometimes mean eager or impatient in a positive way. But most of the time, in everyday English, it means nervous or worried. Example sentences. I felt anxious before my job interview. She was anxious about flying for the first time. He gets anxious in large crowds. We were all anxious to hear the results. Let's hear a dialogue. Two students are talking the night before an exam.
I can't sleep. I'm so anxious about tomorrow's test.
Me too. I've studied, but I'm still anxious.
What if I forget everything? What if my mind goes completely blank?
Lena, stop. I know you feel anxious, but you've prepared well. That anxious feeling is normal. It just means you care.
I know. How do you manage it? You always seem so calm.
Honestly, I remind myself that feeling anxious doesn't mean I'll fail. It just means I'm human.
That actually helps. Thank you.
Get some sleep. You'll do great. Anxious, worried, nervous. A very common feeling and a very useful word to know. The noun form is anxiety. Well, I have anxiety about public speaking. You'll hear this word a lot in everyday English conversation. Word 4, elaborate. A-L-A-B or 8. Elaborate. This one is interesting because it works as both a verb and an adjective, but the stress changes depending on how you use it. As a verb, elaborate, it means to explain something in more detail, to add more information. As an adjective, elaborate, it means detailed, complex, or done with a lot of care and planning. Example sentences using the verb. Can you elaborate on that point? I didn't quite understand. She didn't elaborate. She just said no and walked away. Please elaborate on your idea. Tell us more. Example sentences using the adjective. They planned an elaborate wedding ceremony. The dancer wore an elaborate costume with many colors. He made an elaborate excuse, but nobody believed him. Dialogue time. A manager is giving feedback to an employee.
Your proposal was interesting, but I'd like you to elaborate a bit more. Of course, which part? The marketing section. You mentioned social media, but didn't elaborate on the strategy. Right, so my idea is to post 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and focus on short videos. I should have elaborated more in the report. I'll add details. Great. Also, the event plan was quite elaborate, a 2-day conference with speakers and workshops. Is that realistic with our budget? It's ambitious, but I believe it's doable. I can elaborate on the cost breakdown in our next meeting. Perfect. Please do.
Elaborate. To give more details. Verb or to be very detailed and complex. Adjective. A very sophisticated word that will impress people when you use it correctly. Word number 5. Reluctant. 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 Reluctant is an adjective. It means not wanting to do something. When you are reluctant, you do something, but you don't really want to. You do it unwillingly or with hesitation. Example sentences. He was reluctant to apologize, but he finally did. She was reluctant to leave her hometown. They were reluctant to share the news before they were sure. I was reluctant at first, but now I'm glad I tried it. Let's hear a dialogue between two friends trying to plan an activity.
Come on, come to the dance class with me.
I don't know. I'm kind of reluctant.
Why? It's so fun.
I'm just not a great dancer. I feel embarrassed.
Everyone feels that way at first. Stop being reluctant and just try.
What if I look silly?
You probably will. And so will everyone else. That's the whole point. It's funny and fun.
Okay, fine. I'm still reluctant, but I'll go.
That's the spirit. A reluctant yes is still a yes.
Reluctant. Not wanting to, but doing it anyway. The adverb form is reluctantly. He reluctantly agreed. You'll hear this word a lot in stories and everyday conversation. Word 6. Persist. P-E-R-S-I-T. Persist. Persist is a verb. It means to continue doing something even when it is difficult, or when someone is telling you to stop. When you persist, you don't give up. It can also mean that something continues to exist over time, like a problem that won't go away. Example sentences. She persisted through every challenge and finally finished her degree. If the pain persists, please see a doctor. He kept asking questions even when the teacher asked him to stop. He just persisted. Don't give up. Persist and you will succeed. Dialogue time. A coach is talking to an athlete.
You missed that jump again. How are you feeling?
Frustrated. I've been practicing for weeks.
I know, but you have to persist. That's the only way.
What if I'm just not good enough?
Every great athlete asks that question. The ones who succeed are the ones who persist anyway.
But it's so hard. My legs are exhausted.
Rest tonight. But tomorrow we persist. Deal?
Deal.
That's what I like to hear. Pain is temporary, but if you persist, results are permanent.
Persist. Keep going. Don't give up. The adjective form is persistent. She's very persistent. She never gives up. And the noun? Persistence. Persistence is the key to success. All very useful forms to know. Word 7. Adequate. A-D-A-quate. Adequate. Adequate is an adjective. It means enough or good enough for a particular purpose. Not amazing, just sufficient. Just enough. Example sentences. The food portions were adequate. Not too much, not too little. Is your salary adequate for your expenses? The students did not have adequate time to finish the test. Her English is adequate for the job, but she wants to improve. Let's hear a dialogue. Two roommates are talking about their apartment.
Do you think the apartment is big enough for 3 people?
It's adequate. Not huge, but we'll manage.
The kitchen is tiny, though. Is that adequate for cooking?
Barely, but the price is good. In this city, an adequate apartment at a reasonable price is hard to find.
True. What about the heating? Last winter, the heating wasn't adequate at all.
The landlord promised to fix it. Let's hope this year the heating is actually adequate.
I guess adequate is good enough for now.
Adequate. Good enough. Sufficient. If something is more than adequate, it means it's actually more than enough. It's generous. Remember, adequate isn't a compliment. It just means, okay, acceptable, sufficient. Word 8. Controversy. 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 Controversy is a noun. It refers to a situation where there is strong disagreement or debate, often in public. When something causes controversy, people have very different and strong opinions about it. Example sentences. The new law caused a lot of controversy. There has been controversy over the decision to close the school. The celebrity's comments sparked controversy on social media. This topic is full of controversy. People disagree strongly. Dialogue time.
Did you see the news? There's a big controversy about that new building they want to build downtown.
What's the controversy about?
Some people love it because it will bring jobs. Others hate it because they'll have to destroy an old neighborhood.
That always causes controversy. Development versus history.
Exactly. The mayor is in the middle of the controversy. She doesn't know which side to take.
Controversies like this never have easy answers. Everyone has a strong opinion.
That's politics for you.
Two people are watching the news. Controversy. A big public disagreement. The adjective is controversial. That's a controversial topic. If something is controversial, it means people argue about it a lot. Very useful word when you talk about news, politics, or society. Word 9. Imply. M-P-L-Y. Imply. Imply is a verb. It means to suggest something without saying it directly. When you imply something, you don't use exact words, but the meaning is still clear from what you say or do. This is different from infer, a word we'll learn later. The speaker implies, the listener infers. But both are about indirect communication. Example sentences. She didn't say she was angry, but her tone implied it. What exactly are you implying? Say it directly. The sign implies that photography is not allowed. He implied that he didn't trust me, but he never said it out loud. Dialogue. Two coworkers are having a tense conversation.
The project results were interesting.
What do you mean by that? Are you implying that the project failed?
I'm not implying anything. I just said the results were interesting.
The way you said interesting implies something negative. Just say what you mean.
Okay, fine. The numbers were lower than expected. But I didn't want to be harsh.
I prefer direct feedback. If you imply things without saying them clearly, I can't improve.
You're right. I'll be more direct next time.
Imply. To suggest something without saying it clearly. It's a very important word in English because English speakers often communicate indirectly. They imply things rather than say them outright. Understanding this word will help you understand English conversation more deeply. Our 10th word. We're a third of the way through. Great job staying with me. Word 10. Interpret. 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 Interpret is a verb. It means to understand or explain something in a particular way. It also means to translate spoken language from one language to another. Example sentences. How do you interpret this poem? Different people can interpret the same event differently. The lawyer had to interpret the contract for her client. She works as an interpreter at international meetings. Dialogue. Two students are studying together. What do you think this paragraph means?
I interpret it as a warning. The author is saying that technology can be dangerous.
Really, and if I interpreted it completely differently. I thought it was optimistic.
Interesting. Literature is like that. Different people interpret the same words in different ways.
I wonder what the teacher's interpretation is.
probably different from both of us. That's what makes reading fun, right? You get to interpret it for yourself.
That's true. No single interpretation is always correct. Interpret. To understand or explain meaning. The noun is interpretation. What's your interpretation of this? And a person who translates speech live, like at the United Nations, is an interpreter. Beautiful word with many uses. Okay, we've done 10 words. Give yourself a hand. Let's take a short breath and then continue. We've got 20 more incredible words for you. Are you ready? Let's go. Word 11. Negotiate. 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 Negotiate is a verb. It means to discuss something with another person or group in order to reach an agreement. When you negotiate, you're trying to find a solution that works for everyone, often involving some give and take. Example sentences. They negotiated a higher salary. The two countries are trying to negotiate a peace deal. You can negotiate the price at that market. Don't pay the first price. They give you. She's a great businesswoman. She knows how to negotiate. Dialogue. A buyer and seller at a market. How much for this lamp? $50. That's a bit high. Can we negotiate? I suppose. What are you thinking? 35? I can't go that low. How about 45? 40. Fine, 40. You drive a hard bargain. I just know how to negotiate. Thank you. Come back anytime. Negotiate. To talk in order to reach an agreement. The noun is negotiation. The negotiation took 3 hours. And a person who negotiates is a negotiator. Knowing how to negotiate in English is a real-world skill. You will use many times in your life. Word 12. Crucial. K-R-O-C-I-A-L. Crucial. Crucial is an adjective. It means extremely important, so important that everything depends on it. If something is crucial, you cannot ignore it. Example sentences. Sleep is crucial for good health. This meeting is crucial. Please don't be late. It is crucial that you read the instructions before you begin. Water is crucial for all living things. Dialogue. A doctor is speaking to a patient.
I need to talk to you about something crucial. Is something wrong? Not yet, but your blood pressure is too high. It's crucial that you make some changes now. Like what? Less salt, more exercise. And it's crucial that you take your medication every day. Not sometimes, every day. I understand. This is crucial for your long-term health. I'm not trying to scare you. I just want to be honest. I appreciate that. I'll take it seriously. Good. These next few months are crucial. Let's meet again in 6 weeks.
Crucial. Extremely important. Very similar to the words essential and critical. If something is crucial, it's not optional, it is necessary. Use this word when you want to emphasize that something is truly important. Word 13. Subtle. S-U-H-2. Subtle. Notice, the B is silent. Subtle is an adjective. It means small, not obvious, or difficult to notice right away. If something is subtle, you have to look carefully to see it or understand it. Example sentences. There's a subtle difference between these two colors. Her smile was subtle, barely visible, but it was there. He made a subtle point that most people missed. The perfume has a subtle scent, not strong, but pleasant. Dialogue. Two friends are looking at two apartments.
Both apartments look the same to me. What's the difference? There are subtle differences. Look at the ceiling height. Oh, yes, this one is slightly taller. And the light. The first apartment has subtle natural light from the north. This one gets direct sun. I never would have noticed that. You're good at seeing subtle things. Real estate is all about the subtle details. Location, light, airflow, things that don't jump out at you immediately. I'm learning so much just walking around with you.
Subtle, small, hard to notice, not obvious. The noun form is subtlety. The subtlety of her performance was beautiful. And the adverb is subtly, S-U-H-T-L-Y. He subtly changed the subject. A wonderful, sophisticated word. Word 14. Assume, assume. Assume. Assume is a verb. It means to believe something is true without having proof. When you assume, you accept something as a fact without checking it. This is often used with a warning because assuming something can lead to mistakes. Example sentences. Don't assume. Ask. I assumed the meeting was at 3 p.m., but it was actually at 2 p.m. She assumed he spoke Spanish because of his name, but she was wrong. Never assume that everyone thinks the same way you do. Dialogue. Two colleagues realized there was a misunderstanding. Why didn't you bring the report to the meeting? I didn't know I was supposed to bring a printed copy. I assumed we'd share it on screen. And I assumed you knew to print it. Nobody told you? No, I think we both assumed different things. That's the problem with assuming. You assume, I assume, and then nothing gets done. Next time, let's just communicate directly. No more assuming. Agreed. From now on, if you're not sure, ask. Don't assume. Assume. To believe something without proof. There's actually a funny saying in English. When you assume, you make an ass of you and me. It's a joke about spelling. A-S-S-U-M-E. But it's also true. Assuming often causes problems. Always better to ask. Word 15. Halfway there. Keep going. Acknowledge. 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 Acknowledge is a verb. It means to accept or admit that something is true. It also means to show that you have noticed something, or to thank someone for something they did. Example sentences. She acknowledged that she had made a mistake. He nodded to acknowledge that he understood. The company acknowledged receiving our complaint. It's important to acknowledge other people's feelings. Dialogue. A team leader is giving feedback.
Before we move on, I want to acknowledge some great work this week. David and Maria, the client presentation was excellent. I want to acknowledge how much effort you put in.
Thank you. We worked really hard.
I also want to acknowledge that last quarter was difficult for everyone. I know it was stressful. It means a lot to hear you acknowledge that. A good team acknowledges both the problems and the progress. Let's keep moving forward together.
Acknowledge. To admit, recognize, or notice. The noun is acknowledgement. I sent an email and received an acknowledgement. This is a very professional, respectful word. When you acknowledge someone's feelings or efforts, it shows that you see them. That's a powerful thing. Word 16. Vague. Vague, vague. One syllable. Vague is an adjective. It means unclear, not specific, or not well defined. If something is vague, it doesn't give you enough detail to fully understand it. Example sentences. His answer was very vague. I still don't know what he meant. She gave a vague description of the problem. I have a vague memory of that day, but I can't remember the details. Stop being so vague. Tell me exactly what you want. Dialogue. A student is asking a professor for feedback.
Professor, I got a 72 on my essay. Can you explain what I did wrong?
Your argument was a bit vague in the second paragraph.
Vague how? I thought I explained my point.
You said people often feel stressed. That's vague. Which people? What kind of stress? When? You need to be specific.
Oh, I see. I was too vague because I wasn't sure of the exact statistics.
Exactly. Vague language weakens an argument. Be specific. Use examples. Give data.
Got it. No more vague statements.
The rest of the essay was strong. Just eliminate the vague parts and you'll do much better. Vague. Unclear. The opposite of vague is specific or clear. And there's a great phrase, to be deliberately vague, meaning on purpose. Someone is avoiding being clear. Politicians do this a lot. Learn this word and you'll notice it everywhere. Word 17. Consequence. 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 Consequence is a noun. It means the result or effect of an action or decision, often a negative result. Example sentences. If you don't study, the consequence will be a failing grade. Every decision has consequences. She didn't think about the consequences before she acted. As a consequence of the storm, many flights were canceled. Dialogue. A parent and teenager are talking.
Did you stay out past curfew last night?
Only by like 30 minutes.
That's still breaking the rules. There are consequences for that.
I know. I'm sorry. I lost track of time.
Being sorry is good, but actions have consequences. You'll need to come home an hour early next weekend.
That's not fair.
Life has consequences. When you make a choice, you accept the consequences. That's part of growing up.
Fine. I understand.
Good. I'm not trying to punish you. I just want you to think about the consequences before you act next time.
Consequence. The result of your actions. The adjective form is consequential, meaning something that has important results. This is a very consequential decision. A great word for writing formal essays or speaking about serious topics. Word 18. Contradict. 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 Contradict is a verb. It means to say or do something that is the opposite of what someone else said, or opposite of what you said before. When two things contradict each other, they can't both be true. Example sentences. You just contradicted yourself. First you said yes, now you're saying no. The witness's story contradicts what the police report says. The data contradicts the original theory. Don't contradict me in front of everyone. Dialogue. Two friends are remembering an event differently.
Remember the party? You were the one who was late. What? No, I wasn't. You were late. I was there at 8. You arrived after 9. That contradicts my memory completely. I was there at 7:30. Well, our memories contradict each other. Maybe we're both remembering different parties? Or maybe memory is just not reliable. It's funny how two people can experience the same event and completely contradict each other. I'm not going to argue. Let's just say we both remember it our own way.
Contradict, to say something opposite. The noun is contradiction. That's a contradiction. And the adjective is contradictory. Those two statements are contradictory. Very useful when you're discussing logic, arguments, or stories where facts don't match up. Word 19. Cope. 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 Cope is a verb. It means to deal with a difficult situation, to manage or handle something challenging. When you cope, you are surviving a hard time even if it's not easy. Example sentences. How are you coping with all this stress? She coped with her loss by talking to friends and family. I don't know how he copes with such a busy schedule. Some people cope by exercising. Others cope by writing. Dialogue. Two friends are checking in on each other.
Hey, I heard you've been having a hard time lately. How are you coping? Honestly, not great. It's been a lot. What's been the hardest part? The loneliness, I think. I moved to a new city and I don't know anyone here yet. That's really tough. How are you coping with that? I started going to a language exchange group. It helps to meet people. That's a great way to cope. Staying connected is so important. Yeah, I'm coping better now than I was 2 months ago. It takes time. It really does. I'm proud of you for finding healthy ways to cope.
Cope. To manage or deal with something hard. Coping mechanism is a common phrase. It means a strategy or method you use to handle stress. Exercise is my coping mechanism. Very important vocabulary, especially when talking about mental health, stress, and challenges in life. Word 20. We're at 20. You are doing so well. Anticipate. 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 Anticipate is a verb. It means to expect something to happen, often with excitement or preparation. When you anticipate something, you think ahead. You prepare for what is coming. Example sentences. We anticipated a lot of traffic on the highway. She anticipated the question and already had an answer ready. The whole school was anticipating the end-of-year celebration. I anticipate that this change will bring positive results. Dialogue. Two co-workers are preparing for a big product launch. The launch is next week. Are we ready? I think so. I anticipate a lot of questions from customers, so I've prepared an FAQ document. Smart. I also anticipate some technical issues during the first 48 hours. That always happens. I anticipated that too. The tech team is on standby. Great. What about media interest? Do you anticipate coverage?
Yes, we've sent press releases, so I anticipate at least a few articles.
It's reassuring that you've anticipated so many possibilities.
That's my job, to anticipate problems before they happen.
Anticipate. To expect and prepare for. Very similar to expect. But anticipate often implies that you're actively thinking ahead and getting ready. The noun is anticipation. I waited in anticipation. It's a beautiful word. 20 words done. We have just 10 left. You are in the final stretch. These last 10 words are excellent. Don't stop now. Let's finish strong. Word 21. Justify. 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 Justify is a verb. It means to give a reason for something, to explain why something is right, necessary, or acceptable. Example sentences. Can you justify the cost of this new program? He tried to justify his behavior, but nobody was convinced. The results justified all the hard work. How do you justify spending so much money on that? Dialogue. A manager is questioning a team member's decision. You spent $300 on new office supplies. Can you justify that? Yes, our old equipment was slowing everyone down. I can justify every item on the receipt. Walk me through it. New pens, paper, 2 desk organizers, and a label maker. All of it directly improves workflow. Okay, I can see how that's justified. But in the future, please get approval first. You're right. I should have asked. I just thought the expense was easy to justify. It is, but I still need to see the numbers before the purchase. That's policy. Understood. I won't let it happen again. Justify. To explain or prove that something is reasonable or right. The adjective form is justified. That decision was justified. And unjustified means without good reason. The anger seemed unjustified. A keyword in English debates and arguments. Word 22. Distinguish. 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 Distinguish is a verb. It means to recognize or understand the difference between two or more things. When you distinguish, you can tell things apart. Example sentences. Can you distinguish between these two similar colors? A good editor can distinguish great writing from average writing. It was hard to distinguish the twins. They looked exactly alike. What distinguishes this school from others is its small class sizes. Dialogue. A wine expert is teaching a beginner. Smell this glass, then this one. Can you distinguish the difference?
They both smell like wine?
Try again. One is fruity, one is earthy.
Oh, this one has a berry smell. The other one smells more like dirt? Is that right?
Exactly. You're learning to distinguish between the two styles.
This is harder than I thought.
Distinguishing subtle flavors takes practice. But once you learn, you'll never mix them up again.
What distinguishes a good wine from a great wine?
Balance and complexity. That's a topic for another lesson. Distinguish. To tell the difference. The adjective form distinguished means respected and admired. A distinguished professor or a distinguished career. Two different meanings. Make sure you know the context. Word 23. Overwhelm. O-R-whelm. Overwhelm. Overwhelm is a verb. It means to have too much of something, too much work, too many feelings, too many demands, so that you can't handle it. When you are overwhelmed, everything feels like too much. Example sentences. She was overwhelmed by all the emails she received. The beautiful music overwhelmed him with emotion. Don't overwhelm yourself. Take it one step at a time. The small rescue team was overwhelmed by the size of the emergency. Dialogue. Two students are talking about their workload.
I don't know how to handle all of this. I have 3 exams, a group project, and a job interview, all in 1 week. That's a lot. You seem overwhelmed. I am completely overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's break it down. What's the most urgent? The exam on Thursday. Then focus on that today. Don't let everything overwhelm you at once. Take it task by task. You're right. When I look at everything together, I feel overwhelmed. But if I break it into pieces, it's more manageable. Exactly. One piece at a time.
Overwhelm. To have too much, too many feelings, too much work, too much information. The adjective is overwhelming. The amount of homework was overwhelming. Or used positively. The support from the community was overwhelming, meaning it was so much. It was incredible. Context is important here. Word 24. Reinforce. 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 Reinforce is a verb. It means to make something stronger, either physically or in terms of an idea or behavior. When you reinforce something, you support it, strengthen it, or repeat it to make sure it sticks. Example sentences. The teacher used games to reinforce vocabulary. The walls were reinforced with extra concrete to make them stronger. Positive feedback reinforces good behavior. His speech reinforced what we already believed. Dialogue. A language teacher is explaining their method. How do you teach vocabulary in your class?
We learn new words in context, not just from lists. Then we reinforce them through speaking, writing, and listening.
Why is that better?
Because just reading a word once isn't enough. You have to see it, hear it, and use it. Each repetition reinforces the memory.
My son keeps forgetting words he learned.
That means the learning wasn't reinforced enough. Ask him to use new words and sentences at home. That reinforces it.
So, reinforcement is the key?
Reinforcement is everything. Learning without reinforcement is like writing in sand. The waves wash it away.
Reinforce. To make stronger through repetition or support. The noun is reinforcement. Positive reinforcement works better than punishment. This is a key word in education, psychology, and construction. Very versatile. Word 25. Encounter. 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 Encounter is both a verb and a noun. As a verb, it means to meet or experience something, usually unexpectedly. As a noun, an encounter is a meeting or experience, often brief or unexpected. Example sentences using the verb. We encountered some problems with the new software. She encountered an old friend on the street. Travelers often encounter surprising situations. As a noun, that was an interesting encounter. He had a close encounter with a wild bear while hiking. Our first encounter was at a coffee shop. Dialogue. Two travelers are sharing stories.
What's the most memorable thing that happened on your trip? One encounter stands out. I was hiking in the mountains and encountered a small village that wasn't on any map. Really? What happened? The people there didn't speak my language, but they invited me to eat with them. It was the most beautiful encounter, completely unexpected. Those unplanned encounters are the best. Absolutely. Have you had any memorable encounters on your travels? A few. Once I encountered a street musician who turned out to be world famous. I had no idea. That's amazing. Travel is full of surprising encounters if you stay open to them.
Encounter. To meet or experience something unexpectedly. What a lovely word. Close encounter is a common phrase. It means you were very close to something dangerous or exciting. A close encounter with a tiger. Or a close encounter with a famous person. Word 26. Tendency. 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 Tendency is a noun. It means a habit of behaving in a certain way, a pattern that you notice over time. If you have a tendency to do something without necessarily planning to. Example sentences. You often do it naturally. She has a tendency to talk very fast when she's nervous. There's a tendency among students to study only the night before. He has a natural tendency toward kindness. The weather here has a tendency to change quickly. Dialogue. Two friends are talking about habits.
You know what I've noticed about myself? I have a tendency to avoid difficult conversations. Really? You seem very direct to me. With small things, yes. But I have a tendency to go quiet when something really bothers me. That's a very common tendency. Many people avoid conflict. Do you have any tendencies you've noticed? To say yes to everything and then feel overwhelmed. I need to learn to say no. We all have tendencies that don't serve us. The first step is noticing them. Exactly. Once you recognize a tendency, you can work on it.
Tendency. A natural inclination or pattern of behavior. You'll hear this word a lot in psychology, self-help, and everyday conversation about people's behavior. He has a tendency to be late. It's a gentle, non-judgmental way to describe a pattern. Word 27. Obstacle. 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 Obstacle is a noun. It means something that blocks your path or makes it difficult to reach a goal. An obstacle can be physical, like a wall, or it can be something abstract, like fear, money, or lack of time. Example sentences. She overcame many obstacles on her way to success. Lack of money is the biggest obstacle for many small businesses. Fear of failure is a common obstacle. Nothing can stop us, no matter what obstacles we face. Dialogue. A mentor is coaching a young professional.
What's the biggest obstacle you're facing right now? Honestly, confidence. I don't believe in myself enough. That's one of the most common obstacles. What does that feel like? I have a great idea, but I'm afraid to share it. The obstacle is all in my head. Sometimes the biggest obstacles are internal: fear, doubt, perfectionism. How do you get past those obstacles? You act before you're ready. Every time you push through an obstacle, it gets smaller. That makes sense. The obstacle feels huge because I haven't tried yet. Exactly. The obstacle shrinks the moment you take the first step.
Obstacle. Something that blocks your way. The phrase overcome an obstacle is very common. It means to successfully deal with something that was in your way. She overcame every obstacle. What an inspiring sentence. Word 28. Reveal. 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 Reveal is a verb. It means to show something that was hidden, or to share information that was not previously known. Example sentences. The magician revealed the card at the end of the trick. The investigation revealed some surprising facts. She finally revealed her true feelings. The test revealed that he was very creative. Dialogue. Two people are talking about a surprise party.
You have to promise not to reveal anything. It's a surprise. I know. I won't reveal the secret. She suspects something is happening. She keeps asking questions. Just don't reveal anything. Keep saying you don't know. What if she asks me directly? I'm a terrible liar. Then just change the subject. You don't have to lie, just don't reveal it. Okay, when do we reveal the surprise? Saturday at 7 p.m. When she walks in and sees everyone, we reveal everything. I'm so excited. It's hard keeping this secret.
Reveal. To show or tell something that was hidden. The noun is revelation. It was a total revelation. That means you learned something new that changed the way you see things. A surprise discovery. Very dramatic and useful word. Word 29. Almost there. Tolerate. T-O-L-R-ate. Tolerate. Tolerate is a verb. It means to accept or endure something you don't necessarily like. When you tolerate something, you allow it, even if it's uncomfortable or annoying. It can also mean to be physically able to handle. Something like your body tolerating a food or medicine. Example sentences. I can't tolerate loud noises when I'm trying to concentrate. She tolerates his messy habits because she loves him. Some people cannot tolerate dairy products. A good leader tolerates disagreement and different ideas. Dialogue. Two co-workers are discussing office behavior.
I need to say something. I can't tolerate the way some people leave the break room. The dishes in the sink? I know. It's been going on for weeks. I've tolerated it long enough. Should I say something to the manager? You could, or you could leave a polite note. Sometimes people don't realize how their behavior affects others. I've already left notes. I don't know how long I can tolerate it. I understand. But remember, pick your battles. Is this worth the conflict? I just have zero tolerance for mess in shared spaces. Zero tolerance. Now that's a strong statement.
Tolerate. To put up with something. And did you notice the phrase in the dialogue, zero tolerance? That means you will not accept something at all, not even a little bit. Schools and workplaces often have a zero tolerance policy for bullying or discrimination. Very powerful phrase. And finally, our 30th and final word of today. Persevere. 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 Persevere is a verb. It means to continue doing something despite difficulty, failure, or obstacles. When you persevere, you don't give up, even when things are hard. This is different from persist, which we learned earlier. They are very similar, but persevere often suggests a longer, harder journey. It implies real struggle and real strength. Example sentences. She persevered through years of rejection before finally getting published. You must persevere even when you don't see results right away. He persevered through the illness and completed his degree. Success comes to those who persevere. Dialogue. A student is speaking with their language tutor at the end of a long course.
Well, we've reached the end of our course together. How are you feeling? Honestly, emotional. It's been really hard. It has, but you persevered. Do you remember how nervous you were in the first lesson? I could barely say a complete sentence in English. And now, look at you. You persevered through every difficult moment. There were so many times I wanted to quit. I know, but you didn't. You kept going. That's what it means to persevere. I used to think talent was the most important thing. Now I think perseverance is more important. Absolutely. Talent helps, but those who persevere are the ones who truly succeed. Thank you for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. You did the work. You persevered. That was all you.
Persevere. To keep going, no matter how hard it is. The noun form is perseverance. Perseverance is the secret to success. And I believe that's true, especially when it comes to learning a language. And that, my friends, is all 30 words. Let's do a quick review. Today you learned hesitate, dedicate, anxious, elaborate, reluctant, persist, adequate, controversy, imply, interpret, negotiate, crucial, subtle, assume, acknowledge, vague, consequence, contradict, cope, anticipate, justify, distinguish, overwhelm, reinforce, encounter, tendency, obstacle, reveal, tolerate, and persevere. 30 beautiful, powerful, intermediate English words. If you use even 5 of these in your conversations this week, your English will feel more natural and more sophisticated. Here's my challenge for you. Pick 3 words from today's lesson. Write your own sentences using those words. Then try to say them out loud. Do it today. Don't wait. And remember, language learning is not about being perfect. It's about showing up. It's about persevering. Thank you so much for watching. If this helped you, please leave a comment below. Which word was your favorite? Which one surprised you? See you in the next lesson. Keep going. You've got this.